Hi, this is Seth with Alliance. I'm here with Paul from Greater Than Games, and he's going to show us the definitive edition of Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Hello.
So what do we got here?
Yeah, so this is definitive edition, Sentinels of the Multiverse. You might be familiar with Sentinels of the Multiverse, which originally came out way back in 2011.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So this came out last year, actually, this
Okay.
definitive edition. And we have redone the whole game in terms of the art, tightening up the rules, everything like that. We're really excited to show.
It looks amazing. Can you show me a couple things?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the stuff we did here, so you can see out here we've got a rule book, but we also have a lore book that tells you a lot of the background information about all of the characters from the pages of Sentinel Comics. It also has in here this hero complexity chart, and then it also has in later pages of this book villain difficulty and environment complexity. So you can kind of choose exactly how challenging your game is, or how not challenging the game is, that kind of thing. We have also got heroes now are on these cool tarot size cards. So here's Legacy, and here's the Wraith, some of the classic characters from Sentinels of the Multiverse. So these are their character cards. They're a little bit bigger, they look cool, a little bit more room for art. The other thing that comes in definitive edition now, if I can go through here and find them, is first appearance cards. So every single hero in the game has an alternate card, an alternate character card, that is their first appearance. And it has the actual comic book cover from their first appearance in the pages of Sentinel Comics. And as you look at these arts, you might notice as well, we went through and refined, went through all the lore. We now, I can tell you what exact comic books were published every single month going back to May of 1940 for the arc of Sentinel Comics. And now on every card, if you look at the main cards for the game or these character art cards, the cards have flavor text quotes on the bottom, but they also always have an attribution of what comic book they're from. And we know what year that comic book was from. The art is from the same comic book, and it is drawn in the same era of art from that era. So if a comic book is from the 40s, it looks like it's from the 40s. It's from the 80s, it looks like it's from the 80s.
So can you give us a how we play?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sentinels of the Multiverse is a full co-op. And it is in the Sentinels of the Multiverse, every player takes on the role of a different hero. So we're each a different hero. We might be Legacy, we might be the Wraith, we might be the super speedster Tachyon, and we're working together to defeat some villain in some environment. So the first play game that comes in the box is actually pre-arranged. It's got a walkthrough of how to play your first game. You select 3 to 5 heroes. Then you select the villain Baron Blade, who's this guy over here. That's the first villain, and you can play him in Megalopolis. Megalopolis is just a city of the future, a cool future city. And Baron Blade's goal here is to destroy the Earth by pulling the moon into the Earth with his Terra Lunar Impulsion Beam. So you play through there, and there's guidance in that first playthrough. But how the general game works is you choose your heroes, you choose your villain, you choose your environment, and then play starts with the villain turn. So the villain goes, you flip up the top card of the villain deck and do what it says. There's also some start phase and end phase actions perhaps on the villain card. Then you go through every single hero, clockwise order, and on your hero turn, the turn order is just play, power, draw. So first you can play a card, then you can use a power, then you can draw a card, and that's it. And you go around and do that.
That's wonderful.
And then finally you get to the environment, play the top card of the environment deck and do what it says, and then you're back to the villain. And you keep going until the heroes are all knocked out, or you defeat the villain.
Now I see we got some new componentry too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we, as I said, we went through and really tried to refine everything, make it as easy as possible to play. One of the things that was a little bit fiddly and annoying about the older edition of the game was keeping track of hit points for everything. You had a lot of little hit point tokens. Sometimes they got to be a lot on the table. So we instead, in this game, have included spinners for all the heroes and for the villain. So now I have 2 hit points and I'm going down. And then I gain 10 and now I'm back up to 12. So you can, every hero and every villain has a spinner like that. You can just keep track really easily right there. So we do have some hit point tokens still for little minions.
Okay, good.
But there's not nearly as many of those that have to go on the board. The other improvement that I love that we made is that these are not circles anymore. So I don't know how often you played games with circular tokens, but what happens is occasionally you drop them on the table and they roll onto the floor and you can't find them. So we made these hexagons so that doesn't happen.
Well, and they stack together nicely.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
They tessellate really well. It's great. And then we also have these tokens that are all the different modifications that might happen to your hero, +1 damage, -1 damage taken, that kind of thing. And they look like these little chevrons, and they also stack together, which is pretty cool.
Those are great. Now, how long does a game of the definitive take to play?
So we also tightened up the gameplay, so it's a lot more consistent. So very consistently, about 30 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is the amount of players generally in a game?
So you can have a 3 to 5. It's 3 to 5 heroes, so it's a 3 to 5 player game.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What would you say the age range would be?
Yeah, so we say 14 and up, just because you've got to be able to read a lot. But it depends. So if you've got a precocious kid who's younger than that, who can read well and has the attention span to play a game like this, I've played this game with kids as young as 7.
Nice. And how much does this game run?
So the core game right here that you've got, the MSRP is $59.95, and it comes with 12 different heroes in it. It also comes with 6 villains and 6 environments.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere people can go to find more information online?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got some information on our website, greaterthangames.com, on our web store there. We also have information on the listing on Amazon that we've got up there, right? We try to put a bunch of videos in there and make sure that that's all good. And then we have the game available through distribution and at your friendly local gaming store. So anyone there can get a copy of the game. We participate in the Alliance demo program, so game stores can pick up demo copies of the game and kind of show it off, and you can touch and feel it and look at it like this.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. And when you're ready to get this onto your game shelves, reach out to your Alliance rep and we'll get you what you need.